What's happening? What's going on? Looks like we got two in here right now.
Hey everybody, all two of you.
Only one person saying something. I don't know what this music is, y'all. I don't know what this is, but Guggen Barbecue, Trial by Fire. Get that off. Get that off. I hear you. Let me see if I can do something with this damn music.
What's up, Chuck?
Guggen Barbecue. Mo Smoke Stack Grill. What's happening? What's happening? You heard?
I had to reconfigure my camera, so now I usually have it off here to the side, and I'm always looking opposite way.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
It's blocking half my screen, but that's all right. I can still see.
Yeah, man. So, we got seven, and we got seven. The topic of tonight is beginner grills. Beginner grills.
Beginner grills.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing right now. I got myself blocked out other than my little screen. That's where I got my camera at. Now you know that's why I usually keep it off to the side right there.
Oh, okay. I hear you. Yeah. I don't know. We're not gonna go late like we did last Saturday.
Yeah. You always say that.
I got too much going on, man. I did my laundry and stuff last night. I'd like to at least get some of my stuff, put my room cleaned up and stuff like that sometime tonight. But CJ, what's up, brother? What's up? Quint. Cheers. Iowa Cyclones beat Iowa Hawks after a 6-year run. Okay, then. Yeah, you probably feeling about right now. What's going on, CJ?
What's up, Quinn?
Hey, CJ. All right. Enough with the foolishness and stuff. Can you jump on the panel for a minute, just for a second? Yes or no? You may not be able to. We need to talk about this gumbo. All right, here we go. It's coming now. Let's see, the real sovereign citizens. Hello, Ma. Hot Barbecue told me about your channel. Hell yeah, man. I appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. And if you're not already a subscriber to Smoky Ribs, this is Russ Jones right here. Quint, if you can drop his link, that'd be awesome, man. Because he got a really good channel. Really, really good channel. Way bigger than my channel. All right, here we go. Let's see. Here goes CJ. Really good. Add to the stream. What's going on, my brother? Way bigger than my channel.
What's happening, B? What's happening, man? What's happening? What you doing?
What's going on? Nothing much, man.
What's happening, B?
Man, so I go home Monday. I mean, I got a lot of stuff going on, but I got a couple of videos. I still ain't even. I'm not even putting out a video this week. I just been too busy and too drained, man, to even do anything. Got a lot going on when I go home, but I am cooking for sure. And I'm thinking about doing going ahead and at least filming a gumbo, a seafood gumbo.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Now when it comes out is when it comes out. I'm just gonna have it in the bank. You know what I mean? That way I got it there.
When's fall officially?
It's in October, ain't it?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'll eat gumbo year round.
Yeah,
but it's especially meaningful come fall and winter time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we can put it off till October,
what is that?
September 22nd.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's this month.
Is it September 22nd?
Yeah, I knew it was right here.
Yeah, I've got a few things going the rest of this month. So I say October, man.
All right, you want to shoot for like second week October?
Yeah, I'm down with that. And like you said, you can make your video anytime you get you get some time and just hold it in the bank. But I like October, man. That'll work.
But I've already got a beginner recipe, and it's still kind of in line with my regular recipe, but But it's just the way I do the roux a little bit different when I'm actually making it for not somebody else, more of a and that's the kind of more of a, I wouldn't say advanced, but getting right there at the line of advanced recipe.
Yeah. Well, dude, no, I don't think there are going to be any two people that do their gumbo exactly the same.
Yeah.
We might all start off with a very similar recipe, man, but because we're individuals, because we've got different ideas, different likes and dislikes, we all tend to differ to some degree. And I think people are going to enjoy seeing two different versions of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, that's right. I mean, Russ has got a good one as well. Russ, I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you've pretty much outdid gumbo or not.
Is Russ's on video?
Oh yeah. It's 8 years old. That's what I was looking for, but it knocked me off my headset when I pulled up my channel.
Well, it sounds, if it's 8 years old, you might, I don't know how well that video did for you, but you might want to, go ahead.
That's the one in the middle there. I got almost 800,000 views on that in 7 years.
Well, it sounds like it did pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what your average view per day on that video is, but
it slowed way down. It did good like the first 3 years. I still get views, but it's sporadic. That's the reason it don't have
time for a fresh one, Russ.
I really do need to do another one, because that's any video I've ever had that's done good. I should double down on them, but I tell you what, man, I went all out on that video. If you ever get a chance to watch it, it was some kind of labor intensive, but one of the best I've ever made to date.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those, man. Because I really enjoy a good rich gumbo, man, with quality proteins. I will spend the money, man, on some quality seafoods. I want some awesome crab meat. I want some scallops and some nice shrimp. So I will spend the money, man, because Mom and I will sit back. We enjoy it. It freezes well. We'll be eating gumbo months later, man.
Yeah.
Just freeze, vacuum seal it.
Yep.
It's good to go. So I don't mind spending the money. I say we do it.
Yeah. And like I said, somebody else I think we was talking to said that they wanted to get down on it, and I don't remember. I know me and you've been talking about it for a minute. But Russ, come on, join the party. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I want to make one, but I gotta do it in time for any of that. I've got so much going on. Right now. That's what that deal was yesterday. That's when I have to get out, and I've got some more of them to do. So, but I really should do one. I do want to focus on some Thanksgiving stuff in October.
I'm definitely doing that. Definitely.
I want to do another deep fry. Derek wants to do me versus him type video. I'll do a deep fried and he'll do a smoked turkey, which they're both gonna be good, but it's just gonna be different. Maybe get some taste tester just to say, hey, which one you like more? You know, because I like them both myself.
Give me that deep fried all year long. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah,
I'll agree with that.
I don't mess with much smoke, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I also like boiling a ham in crawfish bowl and doing a grilled cabbage, a bacon wrapped grilled cabbage. And yeah, that's you talking about Cajun stuff right there, CJ.
I've never heard of that, man. Yeah.
You inject that ham, make you a good little Cajun butter. I mean, or you can get it in the bottle, but I like making my own. And just inject the hell out of it and put it in the refrigerator and let it solidify inside that ham. Yeah, and then get that good crawfish boil going, man. And hell, if you can find crawfish, you can throw crawfish in there with it while it's boiling, you know. But man, you talk about something good, man.
All right. Nah, I'm adventurous when it comes to foods, man. I will give anything a shot. Yeah, you do it right, I'll probably eat it. Yeah.
See that top right there with them little P-Rose?
Okay.
All right. Yeah. What you're looking at, that one P-Rose got turkey meat in it. We took a whole turkey and we punctured big holes all through it with a knife. Of course, you got to take the skin off once it's done. But anyway, we took a ham, we took a turkey, we took those sweet potatoes, and we took that pineapple, and we boiled all that in a seafood or Cajun style big pot, a boil, you know. And man, it was good. It was good. But
told you, Quint.
That skin on a turkey, you got to take all that off. You know, all you're eating is meat because it's just rubber, you know. But, that meat is so good. So is that ham. It's all good. Pineapple is just killer good.
Nah, that sounds interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Little Cajun twist to it there.
Well, dude, I am B, I'm gonna hit you up, man, and we'll solidify the exact date. We're gonna drop the video, and
if you can in the what is that, the private chat?
Yeah.
Drop me some kind of way I can get in contact with you.
All right, bet. Yeah, we're good.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Thanks.
Yep.
Later.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I need to get that going. Let's see.
I see
Jared said he learned a lot from your gumbo, from your videos.
I watched y'all's video today, Jared, this morning. You and Grill Sergeant. Can't think of his name. Right? I know his name. I just can't pull it up for some reason. But anyway, it was a good video. A lot of good recipes on there.
Yeah, I started watching it. And then I got caught up, man. And I just, oh man, it's just this whole hitch has been crazy. I hadn't had time to do much. So it is what it is. Let's see, did everyone catch Brad on the Bearded Butchers live? The Boot Snake Army made that happen. No.
What was that?
I didn't.
What was
it? Yeah.
Bearded Butchers. Brad on the Bearded Butchers live. No, I didn't see that.
I didn't either. I don't never catch. I don't really. I mean, I'm subscribed to them, but I know. I don't always watch their. Like, I don't think I've ever seen one of their lives, and the only time I click on a video is when it's something that really, really interests me. I love. It's just something satisfying about butchering meat, and you know, I mean, they're A+ when it comes to butchering. So I mean, I like watching that. But no, I didn't catch it.
I was going to say, I know why I didn't catch it now, because I was in Mobile shooting that video yesterday. And but I normally do watch the Bearded Butchers live. I've watched every one of them. I'll go back and watch their reruns. What I'll do. It's still up.
What's going on, Christy V? Thank you so much. Thank you. Senior Joe was on there too. Let's see. I boil a ham, but it's stuffed. It's stuffed cabbage, onions, hot pepper, mustard seeds, kale. I hear you. Yeah, I like taking a whole cabbage and I'll core it out and I'll throw Kaneka sausage, because either Kaneka or Hall sausage cut up in there. I also throw some bacon fat in there. It's not let's be honest. It's one of those, we're here for a good time, not a long time type things. Because, I add a lot of fat to it, and then I bacon wrap it and kind of poke with toothpicks, keep that bacon from going anywhere. I mean, the bacon's just going to fall off. It's not ever going to get crispy. It's just there for flavor. But man, you talk about wrap it up in some tin foil and throw it on your grill. And then towards the end, man, I'll just open it up and I'll poke a few holes down in the bottom and let it, because it's just falling apart at that point. And let some of that fat drip down on them coals, and it just kind of flares up and gives you a little bit of something on them leaves.
I tell you, my favorite way to do cabbage, and that's fried cabbage, and you can't put crispy bacon in that.
Yes, you can. Definitely can. Let's see. What's going on, Chuck?
Not much, buddy.
Mile High in the house.
That video they're talking about with the Bearded Butchers, that started out. They made a remark about the snake in the boot, and they thought that he was mad.
Like they said it like they was trolling.
I don't know.
Were they trolling?
I don't know if it had to be with trolling, but they thought that Brad was upset with them because they made a remark about it. So that's why they did the get together, and they talked and all, and apparently it was all okay.
Well,
but
so Brad actually went on the live, or he was in the chat?
Yeah, he was on the live. He was at his place, and they were at their place. And,
okay. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, they were talking back and forth. I mean, I like it now where Brad's got Brooke in there once in a while, and she's doing the snake in a boot thing.
Yeah.
Who?
His girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like I said, I really don't like. I'm subscribed to him. I enjoy watching on screen a knife going through cold meat like that.
Right.
It's like watching. It's just satisfying. It's just one of those things, and so I watch that type stuff. I can't watch all of it because sometimes they just goofy.
Well, not only that, they upset me at sometimes because I think they go a little too far in their trimmings.
You talk about the Bearded Butchers?
Yeah.
Oh, I like them, man.
I like watching them, but
yeah,
I don't know, man. They to me they kind of they cut too much off.
Their videos are already long as hell. I mean,
I'm all about that, man. I like longer content. I do. I really do. I'd rather sit down and watch 30 minutes and have to flip through videos every 4 and 5 minutes. It's just like, golly. Put a little something in there,
I mean, 4 or 5 minutes, that's TikTok.
No, TikTok's 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Maha. I definitely agree. I'm not smacking their channel at all.
No,
Like I said, I like them.
All.
Yeah, I like them.
I've been watching them ever since I first heard about them. Matter of fact, they're my go-to if I want to know about a cut of meat.
Right.
I went on their live here a while back, just in the chat, and I was asking them something I was wanting to know. Because I trust their opinion a lot, But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Today's video, they did a A5 Wagyu against American Wagyu. The difference.
See, I didn't never even have a notification for it.
Really?
No.
I don't even get notifications from anybody. I got them all turned off. I have another way of knowing if you posted or not, and that's all I do. I've been doing it for years.
Well, my little ding dong bell, it shows me who's doing what.
Well, yeah. I used to do that, and I was always at work when they come through. By the time I got home, I forgot all about that email. So what I started doing is hitting my subscriptions button on the left drop-down menu, and every day you'll see who's posted for that day. And some people say, "Oh, they don't show everybody." Yeah, they do. They do. They show everybody. If you're subscribed, they're in that feed. And all I do is scroll through there and see what I want to watch. And then if I missed it, I can scroll back 2 days, 3 days, all week, last month. You can keep right on going with it,
Yeah, I get so caught up. I get so caught up on my homepage, man, that like as soon as you pull it up, everything that's on the homepage, suggestions and stuff like that. And I get so caught up in it, and I see stuff, and I'm like, okay, watch later. Because I know once I get into a video and I go back to my homepage, that stuff's going to be gone. I ain't going to see it again. So once I get about 10, 15, watch later, I go to my watch later list and I start watching those, and then, it's just like a never ending cycle. So I very rarely go to my subscription page, but I always just do notifications and homepage. I always forget about that subscription button. But I've got to get caught up on.
That's just the way I've been doing it for years. And I'll decide right then and there if I'm going to watch it. A lot of them, I don't watch everybody's video every time. I just ain't got time to do my own stuff and follow everybody. But if it looks like it'd be interesting, I'll watch it,
Right.
Yeah. For sure. So, hold on, let me take this number down. 6.
Yeah, Mikey, the main reason I wanted to get on because you were talking about beginners grill
that's what the topic is.
Christy V said they went from 1.2 million subs to 1.1 million during that time. She talking about the live feed?
No, she's talking about when they made that comment.
Oh,
when they made the comment, I guess it was a while back. So they made a comment saying, so Randy had asked, I guess on one of their live feeds about doing a collab between them two, or the two and the Butch, so a collab with Chud's Barbecue and the Bearded Butchers. And they said Brad was a smaller channel than their platform. And
Quint was just saying that.
So it shouldn't, but they said it, and so evidently it was brought, and they lost all them subscribers, and then it was brought up to them, I guess, when they went live here recently, and they did a formal apology on whatever podcast they was on, or if it was their own live or whatever it was.
That seems to happen to all the channels. I've never let it happen to me, regardless how big my channel would ever get. I would never stop talking or whatever to whoever wants to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
I mean, this stuff is all short-lived anyway in the scope of things.
I mean, that's
real.
kind of like bullshit, pardon the expression, because no matter how small you are, you're still got your army behind you. And if you go to these people, that's possible more people for them.
Yeah. So evidently they had the whole Facebook group or whatever go over there and comment and stuff.
Right,
but, they say, let's see, Randy said, Boot Snake Army gets shit done. Well, man, you know, get them to come to my channel and sub. watch some of my videos so I can get my watch time hours. I'm struggling over here. Actually, I'm not. I'm actually doing well for the amount of time I've been on YouTube. So I'm not, you know, I really want it to be organic. So scratch what I just said. I was just playing. That was just a joke for real.
I'm doing the best I can, buddy.
Yeah. And I appreciate everybody who does support the channel. Let's see. She said Chudgate. Told you, Mike, no time. Hey, look, man, every dog has its day. We still won. I mean, we still came away with the W. So, I mean, at the end of the day, man, I mean, I'm going to take it. Am I happy about it? No, I'm not. Because we look like pure garbage out there today. The only time we actually looked good was about the last, minute and a half of the game. That was it. Trying to support all y'all. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. Texas should have. Look, Texas should have won that game. But hell, I mean, look, I don't feel bad for them neither. I mean, they got in the red zone, what, 6 times? Was it 5 or 6 times? And didn't do nothing with it. I mean, you spend all that time getting down there, you got to do something. I mean, we didn't do all that great. But hell, we hardly made it to the red zone. So, we just had so many penalties. We probably had 1,000 penalties.
Really?
It's just trash, man. Trash. Let's see. Sleeper Town. Let's see. One starts with 0. That's right. Refs gave that game the bounce. Nah, the refs, man, we was playing against the refs as well, man. Just stop capping. You capping on that. For real. You capping on that. Let's see. All right, I'm done talking about bearded butchers and stuff.
Yeah.
Community, yeah, I agree. Spread the love and smoking meat. You should support each other flat out. That's right. That is right. I'm happy with where I'm happy. I'm actually happy with where I'm at. I don't think I'll ever be content, but I'm not going to try to rush anything either, because I want loyal. I'm all about loyalty, man. I want loyal subscribers, man. I don't want people just subscribing because, you know, and not watching anything. That doesn't do anything for me, you know. So but I know everybody I got right now, I'm gonna say right now I'm at like 49% actually watches my videos all the way through of what I have. Now they haven't seen all my videos, but when I do post, right now that's what it's looking like.
I do.
Some of my older videos, I mean, you know, my older videos, they crap. I mean, they're not, the recipe isn't crap, but you know, the quality and stuff like that. So I don't expect nobody, you know, hey, one day it might, you know, they might do a lot better, but it's all good. I'm not really. So look, I'm trying to get caught up in the chat. Let's see. All right. Whoever's sick, let's see. I hope you feel, I missed that. I don't know. Oh, Sleeper, you still feeling bad, man? I didn't know you was. Hope you get feeling better, man. Okay, so yeah. All right, so topic. Getting back on topic. Best grill or smoker for a beginner. And I'm going to go ahead and start off and say the best one for you is the one that you can actually budget for and buy in your budget without getting in trouble and having to sleep on the couch for a while because you done pissed the old lady off because you took that money out of the vacation fund or something like that. That's what I'm going to say. I can't speak on anything but what I came up using. And I didn't do half bad with stuff I started on. Hence the reason why I started my channel. One of the reasons why I started my channel was to have budget stuff that I bought off Facebook Marketplace or whatever else to show that I can do this or do that. You don't have to have the latest and greatest. Now, do we all want it? Yes, but it's not a necessity. You know what I mean? Weber kettle. I'm going to get me a Weber kettle. I'm gonna get me a used one at that. Because I've never really cooked on one. I take that back. I have one time up in Meridian, Mississippi. I was working up there at a power plant, and a guy I was renting a room from in his apartment. He had one out on the back deck, and I cooked. I did pulled pork on it, and it came out great. I mean, I actually seared it, like I seasoned it. I seared it on the grates real good. And I took it back off, took the grates off, and I split the coals like the Red Sea, man. I mean, just had something right there just a void right there in the middle. And I wrapped up that pork butt real good with more seasoning and a little bit of bacon fat, and I put it right there in that void, so it had coals kind of like all the way around it, really. And man, it turned out great. I mean, there was one little spot that was a little crispy, but I mean, there was hardly any waste, and the whole thing tasted phenomenal. You know, there's not one way to do, everything. I mean, there's so many different ways you can do stuff. I probably need to recreate that cook. Because it was basically directly, right there sitting coal level, Turned out great.
My advice is totally different than yours. I say buy once, cry once, and beg for forgiveness.
I hear you. I mean, look, let's face it, especially this day and age, there's some people struggling out there as far as money wise, which I don't understand why, because there's I think I've seen today, there's 70 million open positions right now.
Really?
I mean, there's no reason why anybody should be just struggling. I mean, struggling's one thing. It's all right. So let me rephrase that. Okay. It's one thing to have your rent or your mortgage paid, all your bills, for the month, you're able to pay for your bills and then be broke. You're not really broke. You living. You know what I mean? Is it the greatest spot to be in? No, but it's way better than actually struggling, where you really don't know how you getting your light bill paid and stuff like that. And I know we've all been through that, at some point in time of our lives.
The bad thing about nowadays, Mike, this.
Yeah.
Everybody wants top dollar.
Yeah, everybody does, but that's the thing. So let's take my profession, for example, as a crane operator. So out here, well, everywhere really, crane operators used to make, top damn dollar, man. I mean, we talking about $50, $60 an hour. I understand that the value of a dollar's gone down or whatnot, but I'm gonna tell you what's watered down my profession is these people coming straight out of school that's never operated a crane before other than in school, and they take that first little job that somebody, and they don't negotiate at all. They just take that first little wage And then once so many people start doing that, man, it just waters down everything. It screws everybody else up, especially like us, you know, senior guys that's out here doing it, man. And it's messed up. And that's not just my profession. It's all over, you know. It's crazy. But at the same time, man, you know, we kind of got off subject a little bit, but I think that everybody, you know, right now you can go to what is it? It's either Home Depot or Lowe's, and you can get a little cabinet smoker, charcoal, you know, and I think they're like $45, $50. And I did so much with them things. And even though they're not the best built little smokers, they hold some heat. I'm gonna tell you something. When I first got one of those, I had just built like a 13-foot privacy fence in the, you know, to my backyard. So nobody could see in my backyard but I was living in the hood back then. It was, you know, it was very, very hoodie. And I just built this thing. You could still smell the wood when you got out your car in the driveway. That's how new this wood was. And man, so there was a couple of winos walking down the road, and which they normally would, and they'd have stuff for sale or whatever. I'm sorry, they wasn't walking. They drove up an old beat up pickup truck, and they had like 4 boxes, and they were 4 of these they're Brinkman smokers. And they was like, hey man, and I bought all 4 of them for like $150 or something like that. Or no, it wasn't $150. I think it was like $100. I got all 4 of them off of them. They unloaded them. I sold the other 3 and I kept 1. And I seasoned it up, right? The next day, and this was like maybe noon that I started seasoning this thing up. The next day, I pulled that little bowl out that you put your charcoal in your wood, and I put my hand on it. I put my hand on top of the ashes and everything, and there was no heat whatsoever, man. I threw it in my trash can. My trash cans was up against that wood fence, and I went inside, right? Next thing I know, man, my door's open and my window blinds is open. I see all this smoke, and I'm like, is the wind blowing? I'm thinking that the wind's blowing the ash and stuff. Nah, my fence was on fire, fool. I had to run out there with the water hose. It was messed up, man, messed up. But at the same time, I mean, it just go to show you that even some of this cheap stuff that's out there is, I mean, well worth it, man. Some of the best chicken I ever had, smoked chicken that is, come off them things, you know. Smoked chicken, sausage, I mean, all of it, man. The only thing I never got into briskets until maybe, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years ago. I got into briskets. I really wasn't a brisket person or a beef rib person. But see, Guggen says, I started with a cheap leaky offset smoker, then a gravity fed charcoal smoker, then a pellet smoker. Finally got a good quality offset. Should have started with the good offset from the beginning there. If you would have took Russ's advice.
Yep.
You know,
marketplace
save me money.
I'm saying, you can spend money now and regret it, or you can just spend more money and not regret it. You know.
Well,
that's where I'm coming from.
Like for me, I've always been really good at grilling. We're not gonna say smoking. We're gonna say grilling. Always real good at grilling food. And even stuff that, you know, normally you would put in a smoker, you know, I was doing on my grill.
Right.
But I just got to the point to where I'm like, I want something different, you know. I mean, be challenged a little bit differently, learn something different, you know. So that's the reason why I kind of got into smoking food. And hell, that was what, probably 12, 13 years ago that I got them little Brinkmans, man. And then from there, I ended up getting a one of those little red bullet style, kind of look like a Weber Smoky Mountain, but the Walmart, I think they're Brinkman as well. You know,
they used to be a company.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there used to be a company called the Cajun Cooker, and that's before I even heard of Weber Smoky Mountain, but it was built on the same design with a water pan and all that, and that was a good little cooker.
Yeah,
I kept it till it rusted out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I say that to say this. I mean, I kind of worked myself up, and once I learned a pit, I'd get a different pit. And once I learned that pit, I'd get a different pit. And I just worked my way up until, I finally started doing. I'm gonna tell you something. So the offset that I have now, which is a char griller, like I've said it. I've said it so many times. It's a char griller offset. It's about 5-6 years old. Very thin, whatever. But the first one I ever had, we had moved into a house that had a really nice saltwater swimming pool. And when we first moved over there across the bay, and was buying this house, and the neighbors across the street when we were moving in had a bunch of stuff in there, like up at the yard. I guess the next day was trash pickup, and they had this same char griller, but it didn't have the side box, right? So I was like, man, I went over there and I looked at it. There wasn't nothing wrong with it. The bottom wasn't rusted out or nothing. I think the wheels had come off of it, and the little wire rack shelf on the very bottom of it, holding the legs together. It was kind of messed up. But I was like, man, the hell with that. I got my brother, one of my buddies, to help me carry it across the way, and I put it out there on the back by the pool. And I ended up going, like, I think a week later or something like that, I was in Lowe's and I seen they sold the firebox itself just by itself. And I was like, man, I'm going to do this. So I punched out the little hole that's in there because it's like just pop riveted in, beat it out, bolted the little side box to it, man. And that thing, I had that thing for a long time. And that's the only reason why I went back with that same grill, was because I was thinking about doing a YouTube channel, and I didn't for years later. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a cheap smoker and do it that way. But what'd you start off on, Chuck?
Well, when I was young and dumb, we had a 1970s Weber kettle. And then in the 80s, Mom bought a 4-burner gas grill. And then after that, we kind of just cooked inside. And then, Mom passed away. I got divorced. And, I was on my own. So I watched a lot of Andrews. That's his name, Russ.
Yeah, I knew that. I just couldn't think. I couldn't think of it at the time.
But and he was dealing with pit boss. So basically, my first smoker was a pit boss vertical, and I cooked on that for a year or so. And then after that, I got the Pit Boss Navigator 1150. So I had 1150 square inch cooking area, whatever. And I kind of got a little upset with Pit Boss because they came out with an update or upgrade for the Navigator. I spent $150 on it, and I was thinking, because I want 275, Everybody's cooking 275, but that smoker went from 2.5 to 3.
Yep.
So I'm thinking I pay $150. I can go 250, 275, 300. Well, that $150, all that got me was Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And I was very, very upset.
I'll tell you what, man. I had just bought my Pit Boss Pro Series 1150, and I was kind of upset about that too. You went from, well, it was like 200 to 250 to 300 to 350 to 400, and I was like, this is crazy. And then I seen somebody talking on YouTube about an update, and I was like, really? Because I was thinking about just changing that whole thing out. Just buying something from what was that, Smoke Daddy, buying a controller from them. And somebody had said that they had come out with an updated controller for it, and it looked identical to the one I had, and they were showing how they could get these intervals of 10 now, and I was like, really? Now, I can't get 275. I can get 270, or I can get 280, but I can't get 275, which is fine.
I'd be happy with that, but all I got was freaking Wi-Fi.
So I reached out to them and customer service, and they sent me a link, and I had to give them my model number and stuff like that, the serial number of the pit, and so I did, and they sent me one out, but when it got to the house, it was all broken.
Oh,
no. They sent it to me. It was in a little box, right? Mm-hmm. And there wasn't nothing in it. And it was sealed. So I hit them back up, and they were like, they thought I was, they treated me like I was bullshit. And then they were like, well, I tell you, we're going to send one more out. I was like, man, I'm showing you right here. I don't, I don't, there's nothing in this box.
That one came in yesterday. I hadn't even taken it out of the box yet.
What is it? Oh, let me.
Wait a minute. Wildfire.
Oh, really?
Wildfire.
Oh, yeah.
You can
Are they out now?
You can literally do 4 different things at one time on it. I seen the prototype. The guy that started Steak Ager, which I got a Steak Ager right here, he designed this, and they're just now delivering their what's it called? I just said it.
Their finished model or
their
prototype?
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
And
okay.
then these will be available on the website in like a week and a half.
Yeah, I think I remember him saying they were going to be like, what, like, was it $2.99 or $3.99, something like that?
It's like $3 something, I believe, but you can also get an optional hitch. I don't think he sent me that, but I haven't filled the box unless it's all in the box. But anyway, there was a hitch with a tailgate, and this thing locks in. Oh, it's perfect for tailgating.
Doesn't it even got an umbrella stand on it and stuff like that? So you can put I thought that was cool.
That's really cool. Has a video on his channel. I was there that day, and that was the prototype. The one I just showed you has all the logos and all that. Looks really good.
Did your box look like that, Mike?
Huh?
Did your box look like that?
Yeah, it looked just like that, but there wasn't anything in it when they sent it.
I wish to hell nothing was in mine, to be honest with you.
Well, I've got my old controller. Because I asked them if they wanted my old controller, and they was like, no, you can keep it. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm not going to send it to y'all bitch ass anyway.
That's what's in this box.
Yeah, I won't buy another Pit Boss that has that controller. I don't like that controller.
Yeah.
I would have rather have just kept the old style controller. But it was my first pellet grill, and it is what it is.
Now, see, Andrew, he buys Pro Series, I think he gets from Pit Boss. Now they go to 275.
That's what I got is a Pro Series. The new Pro Series does. But
yeah, I mean,
I got the first model that was over 1100 that came out and it was exclusive to Lowe's,
right.
It was a damn good price too. But it, I don't know, man. Only reason why I bought, don't get me wrong, it's come in clutch for me several times. So I'm glad I'm glad I have it. But I don't enjoy cooking them.
Yeah.
I don't. Does it make things easy? Yeah. And it's better than the oven by a long shot, but
yeah.
And it comes in handy to have as an extra oven.
Yeah.
Especially during holidays. I fly home Monday morning, Quint. And on that note, either Tuesday or Friday, I'll be having my other grandbaby.
Really?
Yeah. I'll find out Tuesday because she said that she's got another doctor's appointment Tuesday, and she said there's a big chance they may just go ahead and take her to the hospital then.
Induced labor.
Yeah, that's what my daughter had. She had to have hers induced. They thought she was going to have a blood transfusion while she was, going to be in labor, but luckily they didn't have to do all that. Her iron was real low, man. They didn't want her to.
So what's the next one wanting you to cook?
Huh?
What's the next one wanting you to cook?
Next two.
Your daughter's got this long list of what she wants to eat when you get home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your first grandbaby.
Yeah.
So your second
she lives with me. She lives with me though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my son and his wife, they've got their own house and everything else. Hey, I'll cook for them as well. I don't, I'm always cooking, so it's just a matter of what am I cooking. My daughter, she's in the house.
Well, what I'm saying is, your son's going to see his sister get all this feast.
His ass cooks. I bought him a grill. I bought him his first grill. I sure did. Bought him his first grill, and he'll be getting the offset that I do have now. He'll be getting that one when I finally decide to upgrade. Oh yeah.
That's a lot of pull there.
Oh yeah.
That's that pulled beef we did yesterday. Chuck.
Oh, nice.
So, all right. So question is, if you all had to choose one smoker or grill to use for the rest of your life, what would it be? It would be, okay, just because I'm, somebody who likes to prepare for the worst in happenings in life because of the way our government is and everything else. I like to be prepared. So anything, it wouldn't matter. It'd be anything that I could burn wood with.
Right.
As long as I can burn wood in that son of a gun, we can eat. So it would more than likely just be, whether it's an offset or just a regular grill, as long as I can burn something natural in it to cook my food, that's all I care about. And hell, you don't really even need a grill. You can dig a hole in the ground and, cook whatever you want. But, that's just the way I think though. What about y'all?
Um, mine, my new smoker, I spent a lot of money on. You know that, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would probably say my Traeger. I spent a lot of money on her. I've been doing a lot of cooks on her. She hasn't, knock on wood, let me down yet.
Yeah.
Uh, I noticed Rice and I were kind of having temp issues to where it doesn't really. You set it for 250 and you might get a 280 down to a 230.
They
You
all
know,
gonna do that.
Well, not as bad as this Traeger, but yet I watch other videos that cook on it, and they're usually spot on. So I
Well,
don't know.
I'm gonna tell you something. If you put an external probe, which I know Ricer did, he used a bunch of external probes and stuff and put on a grate level and in
Right,
different sections
right,
of the grill. So I mean, he
right.
did a very, very intuitive, and yeah, he did have some major swings. So it wasn't actually the. You got to watch out for like. And again, I'm not talking bad about pit balls, but you got to watch out for a lot of these more budget ones because like I'm gonna tell you right now, if like every time I cook on mine, I take some rubbing alcohol
Right.
with a little bit of Dawn on a wet old washcloth, and I clean that temperature probe that's in the inside there that feeds that information to my
Right.
controller
Right.
every single time. Because if I don't, then I mean I want to give it the best shot that it can have. You know what I mean? To not piss me off. And I mean, so far so good. There's only been one time that I've ever had like some major mess up, and it was my fault. And I had a big old grease fire in there because I didn't clean the inside of the deflector plate. But hey, it is what it is. What about you, Russ?
I was just going to say, Chuck was saying something. All the other videos he's seen, they were spot on, but that's the magic of video. You can make anything look like it's running like a champ because all you got to do is show that thermometer while it's at that temperature.
Right. Right.
What's happening in between those clips?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Simon says a 500-gallon offset.
One thing about Jeff Rice is when he does the review video, and it don't matter who it's with. He does a lot for Pit Boss, and they send him a lot of stuff. But if there's a problem, the whole world's gonna know about it. He don't hold back.
Yeah. And I don't mind doing that as well. Whenever it comes to it, like I was really like some of these meat probes. Like there's one company. I can't remember their name. They reached out to me and was going to send me one of theirs, and they told me to pick a color and everything. I was like, no, you can just send me whatever you got. I don't care what the color is. That's not whatever's going to perform. Send it to me. Yeah. And I told them, I said in the email, I said, now if it's trash, I'm going to say that it's trash in the video. They respond, no, if you don't like it, just send it back to us. No, if you're going to send me your stuff, I'm going to be honest about it. And I never received it. And I said something to them about it because they were wondering where the video was and this and that. And I was like, where's the meat probe?
Yeah.
But getting back to favorite smokers and all that, I have the Lone Star Grill's pellet grill, which I absolutely love, but I don't prefer pellet grills over anything else. You know me, I'm a wood fire charcoal guy. Y'all talking about these temp swings and all that? Well, I'm the controller on any other pit. I ain't got to rely on nothing electronic. And there's your difference a lot of time. And I hate to even say it like that, but really being able to control the fire and the talent and everything, the knowledge it takes to do that, or you're just going to hit a button and rely on that. You need to be able to do. You need to be able to do both. There's nothing wrong with a pellet grill. Don't get me wrong. I've got one. I've had other ones in the past. They're not my first choice. I'll never say it's my favorite. You know what my favorite is. That's that offset. As far as smokers go.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not a grill, But that Pits and Spits is quickly becoming my favorite grill over anything I've ever had. You know.
Yep. Turn this light on.
Mainly because of the cooking area. And the video I did yesterday, Pits and Spits wanted me to do a video showing, because they've had people ask, can you do a low and slow cook on it? And I'm like, well, you know, people that's new to it, that's a legitimate question. Yeah, you can do it. I mean, you can do that on Weber kettle, any kind of grill, just two-zone cooking, direct, indirect. That's basically what it boils down to. But they wanted that video, so I shot it yesterday, and I ran nothing but straight wood, you know, something you probably wouldn't be able to do necessarily in a Weber kettle. You probably could, but now you probably couldn't, because you couldn't keep an open flame. You would over smoke it, you know. With this Pits and Spits, I was able to keep an active fire throughout the whole cook. You know, that's your difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
I think Bush, and I cannot lie.
Yeah. Mario said something about he's got to have his 26-inch Weber. I was looking into a 26-inch, but I had so many people tell me just to get the 22. I'm eventually going to get one. I'm just going to get it off Marketplace, though. I'm not going to buy it brand new.
Yeah.
I'll probably document the whole thing.
Randy Shifter, he was talking about the Chud box. That Pits and Spits I got, that flat top grill, that is so much like a Chud box. It's really the same thing. It's really the same type grill / smoker, whatever you want it to be.
I mean, Chud box, that's heavy and good.
Well, the Chud box is probably heavier than the Pits and Spits. I know it is. I mean, I don't know what the thickness is, but I'm going to say it's probably at least 1/4 inch.
I watched him on a video make one, and the video he only took a day, but you know, my God, the steel he put in that thing to make it. You know.
Yeah. I don't know, like I said, what he makes out of, but I would bet money that it's a lot heavier than the Pits and Spits, even though the Pits and Spits is plenty heavy enough for what it is, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Pit barrel cooker has a bad flavor. It says.
What now?
It says Bravo 90 says he smokes on a 22-inch and a 26-inch Weber with slow and sear inserts, done beef ribs brisket that you would swear came off a wood burning offset. The pit barrel cooker to me has a bad flavor. I think somebody else had said something about somebody else had said, where was it?
Well, that's true with any
pit barrel.
Any kind of wood charcoal combination type smoker that actually puts the wood out. You run a risk of over smoking anything. You got to really be careful how much wood you put in those barrel smokers.
Right.
Yeah. And you know, another difference between that Pit and Spits and the Chud box. And he may have something in the works where he's building one like kind of like the Pits and Spits, but you can raise and lower your fire, you know.
That's the beauty of that pit, man.
Which in turn can kind of save you on cost of fuel, really, if you think about it. Because if, you know, whatever you're doing, like saying something that you can adjust, you have to burn more fire in order for it to be closer to
and that's meat. When all you gotta do, as your fuel's burning, you know, you can just go up until you're forced to add more fuel. Plus, I mean, you can reverse sear a steak, then turn right around and sear the crap out of it, you know, because that grate can go, really, if you drop it below the last notch, you can get 18 inches of travel.
Oh wow.
If you use the notches, it's 15 inches, which is still quite a bit. But you go from, let's say, 15 inches, even though it will do 18, you can go from that all the way up to just a couple of inches, right up under that grate. You know.
Simon, who was on? They said dude in the chat was killing the vibe. Who was in the chat? Don't put me on game because I don't need nobody killing this vibe over here.
Well, we got a
See, a dude was killing it. Damn, he must have been. He was on one, I guess. He wasn't on. Never mind, we'll shut up. I don't know. 26 is so much better. Oh, okay, all right. More cooking space.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I don't have my PVC no more. I've got the big gateway. I need to cook on that thing.
Yeah, is it still under that under its little cover?
What, the gateway?
Yeah.
No, Derek took the cover off because that thing was leaking anyway.
And
that's not a cover that came with it. That was one that came with that Kamado that just happened to go with that drum smoker. But we've had it up underneath the porch there. It's been protected.
Rick's getting fired up, I see.
Rick, stop trolling now. You trolling now. I love it though. That's funny. Hey, did anybody see Guga's video today?
Which one?
The bull. He cooked a bull dick.
Who?
A whole bull penis.
No, I didn't see it.
When did that come out? I missed that one.
Today?
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
I probably missed it on purpose. I'm not even subscribed. So, you know.
Who was it? Who was it that did a video recently on that new little, I guess, disposable charcoal cooker? You go and it's in one of those aluminum full pans. It's got charcoal and all. It's heavily, from what I understand from the video, it's heavily lighter fluid. But
never heard of it.
You buy it from like Walmart or something, and you light it. It's got a cheap ass grate, and you cook stuff on it. They seared a steak. Might have been goo.
Oh, you talking about the little the disposable grill?
Yeah.
You can buy them at Walmart, Dollar Store,
Ace or someplace.
No. Well, I'm sure Ace has got them, but I mean, you can buy them. Them little disposables, they got them all day long in Dollar General and Family Dollar and stuff like that.
It's a little aluminum pan. It's loaded up with charcoal and all, and you light this. Looks like a paper towel on top of it, and it fires up the charcoal underneath it. But they said that the meat or whatever you're cooking has a very strong lighter fluid taste.
Well, it's going to. I mean, the charcoal. I mean, your grate is literally that far away from the coals.
Right.
And let's be honest. If you watch the video, he didn't even let the coals ash over all the way before he put the meat on there. So the lighter fluid didn't. It wasn't able to burn completely out. So. I mean, I understand he had a lot to do, but them things don't cost $10. $10.
Yeah, exactly.
What was this on?
This on Guga Food or
that he? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was Goo.
He did it on his main channel. He did it on his main. It wasn't sous vide everything. It was his own.
Right. Well, sous vide everything used to be his main channel until he started.
Yeah.
Well, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had his nephew and all sitting there, and they ate 3 different steaks.
Yeah, and I was wondering why Angel. Oh yeah. I'm talking about something else. I'm sorry. I'm still on that shit he cooked. That shit he put up today. That I mean, it was almost painful to watch. I mean, really, it was. I mean, it just.
I'm sure it was painful for the bull too.
I can't watch it, man. I'm sorry. I just.
He snipped the tip of it.
And I understand that's from a standpoint of getting views. That's a very smart thing to do, but it ain't my cup of tea. I just can't watch stuff like that.
He made birria tacos with it.
Oh Lord. Well, the thing about it is he does a lot of experiment with all kinds of different crap.
Yeah, he does. He does. You know. I mean, it's interesting, but I skipped after he snipped the tip. I had to fast forward to the end to the taste test because I wanted to see what the reactions was, and I don't know. It almost seemed like it wasn't. I don't know. It almost seemed like it wasn't genuine, not unless he cut out a lot, as far as the reaction.
Well, he's got
but there, normally his little nephew, Angel, is always there, and he must have already been put on game because he wasn't there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was the other two guys. What's his name? I forget what he called. I forget what those guys' names are. But yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was. I couldn't watch, man. I couldn't watch. But it was funny watching. It was funny watching the end, though. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, this is one I'll put into I got like 7 YouTubes up on my hot bar, and this is one I'll go and put it up, give him the view, but won't watch it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, say it again, Niners.
I've got let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 YouTubes up on my hot bar. Well, whatever you call that thing up top.
Yeah.
And a lot of videos, sometimes I get so many, I'll go and put them, I'll start them out, go to mute, like it, and then I'll go to another one.
Please don't do that to my videos because
shit, you and Mike, I watch 100% of them.
What I'm saying, you might not realize it, but that's a big disservice to a channel when you don't watch but just a few minutes or a few seconds and then back out.
Oh no! They're up there playing the full length.
Oh, okay.
It's just that I guess some guys that go and play games, I'm not even interested in.
Okay, all right.
They're 2 freaking hours, but
all right. No, I misunderstood you because what happens, there is a lot of people who do that. They'll go in there and they'll skip through it. They'll look
my
at the very end,
son puts
and then
videos
they'll go
out,
all the way to the end. And what it does is it kills your retention, which kills how much YouTube puts it out there for other people to watch.
Well, don't worry, Russ. I
was mainly saying that just in case you didn't know that is not good on the channel itself, but you're watching it all the way through. You might not be listening, but you got it playing. I don't think YouTube knows you got it muted.
I mean, my son plays games that I'm not really interested in.
Yeah.
I'll put him up. It's like I troll him.
Yeah.
I
guess it's just different strokes for different folks. Me personally, if I'm not interested in a video, if it just don't sound like something I like, I never click on it. I probably miss a lot of good videos that way, but it's got to reach out and grab me,
Yeah.
I mean, cooking with AB, I do that a couple times with him.
I used to watch him a lot, and cooking with you know who he is. You know who he is.
I've heard of him. That's all I'm saying. I've heard of him.
Him and what's his name, Mr. Make It Happen or whatever. I used to watch both of those guys, man, and then I don't know. I mean, I've had a little bit of interactions with them, and I don't know if they just seem like they too busy to really be dealing with people or whatever. Well, you in the wrong. Shouldn't be doing
Right.
YouTube. I can't stand people like that, man. And they're good people. Don't get me wrong. I mean, why I say that, I don't know them personally, but they seem like they're
Yeah.
good people, you know. But you can tell it's the money's overtaking the passion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I get that to a point. If you got subscribers like Guga, and I hear AB, honestly, I don't watch AB. I've tried. I can't. I'm sorry. I couldn't watch him when he was real small. Nothing against the guy. Is not what I like. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, what?
But
Yeah.
what I was going to say is, when you get to where you're getting that volume of comments, you know, there is no way to keep up with all that, man. You know, there's just no way.
Well, you know,
mine's manageable. I've always been able to keep up with mine. You know.
Yeah.
It's very manageable. I wish I had more.
I try to comment, Russ.
Oh, I don't care if people do or don't. I'm just saying, if they do, if they take the time to comment, I don't usually reply back, unless it's a video that's maybe 6 years old or something like that, and it just says, "Hey, man, great video," something like that. But if they ask me a question, I'm gonna answer. You know.
Oh, I meant to tell y'all, everybody in the chat, whenever we're on these lives and stuff, and I'm out here in West Texas, this and not to change the subject, but if y'all ever see anything funny in my little screen,
you got the haunted house.
Yeah, it's for There's weird stuff that happens in the house.
You're out there in UFO country, man.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff happens in this house for sure.
Yeah, I remember you saying
that's why when you see me do like this real quick or whatever, it's either I heard something or I seen something in the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
I'm
used to it though. I just don't interact with it.
Well, I can go with you on that, Mike, because
you smoking that peyote out there out west.
No. This particular house out here in the desert is and this isn't the only one. The neighbors have issues too. I think it's like some Indian type stuff. I think it's more than that, to be honest with you, because I can be now when I'm here, I'm the only one in this house. It's a 2-bedroom. We made a 3rd bedroom down in the den. We got like we put some blackout curtains up across because it's an actual den. You actually walk down 3 steps to get down there. There's a fireplace down there and everything. We set a whole room up in there. And we all 3 have our own individual rooms. So somebody's always, you know, at home with their family, and 2 of us are always here. But one person's always at work and the other one's here, you know. So there's only ever one person here. So I can be in my bed in my room, laying down, and I can hear. This part only happens when I'm on night shift. When I just came in from work, it can be like just before it starts getting daylight outside, and I'm just, you know, finally starting to get wound down and ready to go to sleep. I can hear somebody talking sometimes, like somebody's talking on the phone, having a conversation right outside. I leave my door open because of it, because it's like somebody's right there having a conversation. Yeah. And then I've had, I'm gonna tell you something. The scariest thing that's ever happened to me in this house. I was laying in bed, right? Turn TV off or turn my tablet off because I was watching YouTube or something. You know, it's time to go to sleep. And as soon as I did that, like not 10 minutes had passed. I'm just laying there with my eyes closed. And I heard like somebody was in between the wall and the bed, leaning over, like within 2-3 foot away from me. I mean, I actually felt the breeze of what I heard, and it was, "Hi!" That loud.
Turn that shit back on. I was watching it.
Something. I mean, no, it's just a quick. Hey, there was one guy we used to have on our crew, and he, like everything. It didn't matter if he was on day shift or night shift. When he was laying in bed, something would grab his ankle.
Oh shit!
Yeah, something would grab his. I've never had that happen. But
that's ancient burial ground you're living on, probably.
Probably, yeah. It'd be like Poltergeist, where they
Poltergeist,
put that neighborhood all over top of the.
Yep. It's crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, my mom passed away, and a couple years after, I was in a deep sleep, dude. When I go to sleep, sometimes I can go pretty deep. And I heard my mom call me just as clear as day and just as loud. Yeah. And I woke up and I said, "Yeah, what?" Okay. There wasn't nobody there.
Yep. I've dealt with stuff my entire life like that though, man. For real. That dude can cook. I love watching that dude's stuff. If they ever do I get him and Chilling on Clyde. Yeah. If they ever do a collab, then you know, Brad needs to put a Bradley size dent in that dude's spare refrigerator.
Yeah.
That's a good I like watching that channel. That's hilarious. That dude's hilarious. He can cook too. That dude can cook. That dude can cook. That's the name of the channel. I don't know what his name is, but he's a trained chef.
Okay.
And he does a lot of cool stuff on his channel, man. But he always does this thing, like when you're doing the taste test of what you cook, you always try to give some kind of reaction, Well, his is he does like some karate. He's got like 2 refrigerators. He's got one that he always has in frame, and it's all dented up because when he eats something, it's so good he has to. He hits that refrigerator. He punches it, or he'll do a kick and land on the ground or whatever. It's hilarious, dudes. He's entertaining. He's pretty good. It's not overly done though. It's
that dude can cook. That's the name of it.
Yeah, that's the name of the channel. Yeah. He always says, I love you, and I'm out. He's gone. Let's see. I'm also kind of a smart ass because that's who I am. Me too, bro. People just don't get us, man. People just don't get us, man.
Oh yeah, he's over 1 million.
Oh yeah, he's dope. He's got some good stuff on there. Man.
I just killed my mic again. I mean my
in the house. Rick's Barbecue and Specialties in the house.
1.09 million subscribers.
Yep. I'll
go ahead and hit subscribe. I'll have to check him out later.
Rick, you still haven't hit me on IG to let me know how I can I'll cash app you some money, whatever. I need some rubs, bro. I want to try your rubs. I want to support, bro. Let's see. Yeah, that dude can cook. He's got a good channel, man. He's got a good channel. It's definitely a unique, it's unique. And that's what I like about it. He's not trying to be like everybody else. Blah 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 blah.
Do you know how to catch a unique rabbit?
I'm scared.
Unique up on him.
Unique up on him. I hear you.
Yeah,
that wascally rabbit.
My next bacon cook, I'm thinking about doing Uncle Steve's dessert shake. doing a sweet bacon.
Somebody I watched use that rub today. Oh, that was Jared and Andrew. They were
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good idea to come out with a dessert seasoning like that. You know, that's one thing you don't see much of.
And what's good about it does have, like, as far as it's extremely, from what I can remember, because I only put a little bit on my finger to taste it.
Right.
It tasted, and not to take away from it or anything, but it tasted like
sugar and cinnamon.
It tasted like Cinnamon Toast Crunch seasoning.
Right.
Sugar and cinnamon.
But it had a little bit of salt to it. So you could you get that, where it made your mouth juice up a little bit. But I think I've got a plan for it. Something that I'm gonna do.
Right.
To use it on, because it's not something that I've never thought about using something like that on this, but I like to soak a pineapple in rum.
Oh,
right.
Cool.
I've done that.
Like for 24 hours. It doesn't even have to be 24 hours. It can be overnight. And then you pour the rum. You can pour the rum back in your bottle. Now you got pineapple infused rum. Okay. But then I would always use like a good savory rub on the pineapple and grill it, right? Well, instead of using a good savory, I'm just going to use that sweet.
I was going to say, I've done it before. I've got a video somewhere where I took pineapple and I sliced it, and I used it was a mixture of rum and the sugar, cinnamon, those kind of flavors. And I basted that pineapple and was grilling it and putting sear marks on it.
I'm sure it was probably good.
Real grates. Yeah, it was real good. It elevated that pineapple big time.
I'm sure that you could probably pour some of that juice into a pan and burn the alcohol off of it, and maybe throw some of that dessert shape in there with it, and then take it off the heat and maybe melt some cold dollops of butter in there and kind of make like a little bit of a sauce.
Buttery sweet.
Yeah. And that would probably be good as like a rib glaze or something.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, okay. Quint got him some of that chud rub. That's good, man. As far as something that I can go out and purchase, that's in my top 3, man. It's just there. I don't know why. It's not because of Brad. It's not because of his channel, because I don't know the guy. He's fun to watch, but I like to try everybody's stuff.
Right.
And Rick, if I can get a link to buy yours, I want to buy yours.
He said he would message you, Mike.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I would have been on top of you. I would have had my pause. I wouldn't have been on top of you. I would have. I would have kept my foot on your neck about it, man. But I just been busy, bro. I'm sure you've been busy too. But I just been busy. But I see you. I need it because I want to support. Not only that, I want to try it because I've heard good things about it. But and you never know, yours might take somebody else's spot in my top 3. I have a top 3 list and a top 5 list, and it's all how I have things organized in my cabinets.
I watched Darian on Ash Kicking Barbecue.
Darian.
Yeah, and he's got his own rub out now, and it's associated with Suckle Busters.
Yeah, they're the ones that's bottling it and everything for him.
Yeah. So he's got one out now.
Yeah, that's cool. Troy, that chud rub, man, you can put it on eggs, man. You can put it on your bacon before you cook your bacon. You can, man, it just goes on steak. Chef's kiss. If you're not just wanting to do you know, if you get, you know, sometimes I get tired of just doing salt, pepper, and garlic and MSG. I just get tired of doing it sometimes. That's my favorite steak, though. My favorite steak is that, and just that. But sometimes, man, sometimes if I'm, you know, trying to impress my wife or, you know, somebody, you know, whatever, I switch it up a little bit. I'll do one steak this way, one steak this way, one steak this way, and then I'll cut them all up and I'll put a little bit of this one on the plate, a little bit of this one on the plate, a little bit of this, the way everybody kind of gets, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little something different in, you know, almost every bite, but and it's fun. But that choke, man, I can't say enough about that stuff. He's got some extra stuff up in there. I don't know what it is, but it's good. It's good. Let's see.
You buy it off his website?
Yes.
Not,
and it's
not
really,
yet, Simon. Not yet.
Does it come pretty quick? I mean,
yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Okay.
Comes pretty quick. Yep. I think it's just it's the same amount as any other rub, man. You know, with the shipping and everything. I think you're gonna pay like $12, $13, something like that.
Yeah.
But it's good, man. I always buy 2 bottles of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It'll probably be in stores one day, you know.
And see, and that's the thing. Once it goes into stores and it's mass produced like that, I probably won't buy it anymore. And it's not to take anything away from him or, you know, not supporting anymore or anything like that. It's just once you start putting clear bottles in stores, man, they got to put extra stuff in there to make it hold. You know,
they put anti-caking agents in it. They put preservatives in it, and not only that, I don't know if it's true with a rub, but I know with a sauce, they are like USDA approved, and you can't make your sauce say here bottle it. They have to try to replicate your recipe,
right,
and to your liking. You know, it's like Brian Ducharme with his beef jerky. You know. And man, it took them months to get that recipe to where it was like his, to where it was the same.
Yep.
And to me, it still ain't quite the same.
It takes a while.
A little different.
It takes a while.
It's still good.
Like I said, when I first got into making my own rubs, there was an old shipyard hand. He was a welding foreman in you know, at Atlantic Marine. And he did competitions, and he used to build his own competition pits and everything else, man. And he used to build my fire baskets and stuff for my little or better fire he would use old. Anyway, I'll get into that later. Anyways, he turned me
it out, Mike.
Well, no, I was getting off subject, and I'm real easy to do that. But he turned me on to way back in the day, ICA, Ingredient Corporation of America. And it's in Tennessee, and or they used to be. I don't even know if they're still in business. But so I had, you know, 2 go-to rubs that I used to make. I used to make a beef rub and a pork rub, and everybody used to like the food that I would cook, you know, and bring in. I'd bring in leftovers because I'd always have to cook so much for my little my big family, that I'd always have leftovers. And so I'd always just take them to work, you know, and people would eat and this and that.
Right.
What'd you use on this? What'd you use on this? So he got me hooked up with that. And it did. It took about 3 months for me to get it right, because you give them a description. You try to measure it all out yourself, right? And then once you get your measurements down yourself there at home, because I hardly ever measure anything when I'm cooking for myself, you know, my family. So you finally get that stuff down. You send them that list. They try to replicate it. They send you a sample. You use it or you taste it, whatever. No, it needs a little bit more of this. Tell them that. They send you another sample. No, it needs a little bit less of this and more of this, whatever, you know, till you fine tune it. And then the cheapest way that I found to get it, I'd have to buy it by the pound, and I'd get it in these cellophane sleeves, and I would just take them cellophane sleeves to work, you know, and I'd sell them like that, man. And I never really I always just made even when I sold out, I just really made my money back. I mean, I maybe had, you know, a couple little extra dollars in my pocket, but
yeah.
But it's I don't know. I mean, maybe
That's
you
a
know,
tough business, man. If you're gonna do it in a big way like that,
Yeah.
seasoning and sauce, there's just so many of them. You know,
yeah, there is, there is.
it's to the point I don't even. We'll make our own season a lot of time just because, you know. But like yesterday, Piss and Spit sent me some of theirs, which I'm sure it's somebody else's that's been relabeled. You know what I'm saying? But it's pretty good. But will I turn around and buy Piss and Spit's rub? Probably not. I've got so many that people send me, you know. But we run out, we'll make it.
Good to hear.
I don't hardly ever buy it, you know.
You know, I watched a video from Harry Sue, and it's hard to believe he lives out in California.
Who? Oh, Harry Sue.
Yeah, but yet he's got, I think it's an Ohio company that makes his rubs. He went all the way out there, and they were making it.
Don't. So here's the thing. If you want, and this is what I found. So packaging and what companies offer for packaging, whether they produce the label for your packaging or they don't. And I've been out of that for so long. I only know that one company, you know, and they're, like I said, they're probably, I tried to look them up on the internet not too long ago, and I can't even pull them up no more.
Really?
So I don't know if they've been bought out and the name's changed or what. I don't know. But, you know, if it's going to be in a store somewhere, it's going to have to be in a dark bottle or an amber bottle for it to have shelf life, where you don't have to put anti-caking agents in it. And even then, in the South where we live, where it's so humid, I mean, it doesn't matter what you do, it's going to cake up at some point if you're not using it fast enough. You know, you would damn near have to have 50% anti-caking or potato starch or whatever it is they put in there. And I mean, that ain't no good, you know. So,
hey Mike,
yo,
I just seen a shadow behind you in that little room right behind you.
Oh, they probably did. That's the kitchen. I hear stuff in there all the time.
Do you?
Yep. Yeah. When I'm back in my room, sometimes it'll sound like the washing machine started going. You'll hear the little beep, and you'll hear the washing machine going, and you'll walk in here, and it's just like the closer you get to it, the quicker it starts fading away. I'm serious,
Uncle
man.
Steve, how you doing,
Serious.
buddy?
As Elvis Presley would say, get in the kitchen and you rattle those pots and pans.
I want to see a plate come flying past his ear. That's what I want to see.
No,
I keep looking at that mirror ever since he said. I keep waiting to see this Indian in a headdress walk by or something.
You know what? You know what? What used to irk me? All right, so, and I know it ended up just being a spoof, but back in the day, man, 3 Men and a Baby. You remember that movie?
Yeah.
What was it?
3 Men and a Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you remember the ghost boy that was in that movie?
Yeah.
And there was a time where there was a grandfather clock that was in one of the rooms, and they're in there arguing, and you can see in the glass, it's just the glass reflection where the clock hands are and everything. You can see a head peeking up in that glass, going like this. Every so often. I think it happened like 3 times. And then there was one time where it was right. I'll never forget this, man, because I remember being in the movie theater. They did it just to get people to go to it was a spoof, you know. But I think there was something about that apartment where, and it was a true story, that a little boy accidentally got shot with a shotgun in that apartment that they were using to film in. And so they used that. Yeah. So they used it. I'm sure it's still, you know, if you ever, you know, found that movie on Netflix or whatever and tried to watch it, I don't know if it's still available to watch or not, but when the mother comes to visit for the first time. She's in there and she's just a blabbing, blah, 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 blah. She's walking into the baby's room, and then she walks back out. Well, when the camera pans past the window, you see a little boy standing at the window, just standing there, and you can't really make out its face, whatever, but he's standing there with his head kind of down and kind of looking up at the same time. And then when she passes back by, the boy's not there, but the shotgun's sitting there.
Wow.
Yeah, they got sued for that movie, man. That was a big lawsuit and everything else.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
Why?
By the family of the it was like the
little boy?
Yeah, the family of the little boy.
Oh shoot.
Because they were using his death as a way to promote the movie.
And they can get permission. Wow, that sucks.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. That sucks.
Hey, Randy, you won't be disappointed. I've only used 2 of them so far, and I just randomly picked 2 of them to use on that beef shank, man. And it was, I mean, they went together great. So I'm gonna try it again when I'm home. I'm gonna just randomly pick two shakes to use in collaboration with each other. Steve shakes are great. Let me just say a gator shake and smoke bomb. Okay. Still want to control. I'm gonna tell you what I did. He's got like a sample pack. I mean, the bottles are a little bit smaller than the full size bottles, but I got a box that had every single one of his rubs in there.
Yeah.
And it comes with a sticker and a big old picture of him, and then there's another little surprise in there.
Yeah, I got the sauce with no name.
Yeah, I got that as well. He sent that to me as well.
Yeah, I got mine about a week ago.
There, gentlemen. What up? NBL in the house. Well, let's see. All right. Well, we got about 15, 17 more minutes, and I'm going to shut her down, baby. But yeah, if you ever see anything back here, or if I'm facing this way, that way. See, that's you see how I got them curtains right there?
Right.
Yeah, there's a whole nother room down there. Big screen TV, a bed, dresser, fireplace, all that. That's Uncle Steve Shake, everybody's favorite uncle. Tell him Triple B sent you. He might throw you in something.
Tell him Triple B and Niner.
There you go. Yeah, okay, there you go. Quit on top of it. Look. Randy, you almost didn't even need to ask. Quinn on top of that shit. So was Lance. Now he got the big bottle. I'm not big on. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say I'm not big on barbecue sauces because I don't like. I'm not a big fan of like thick barbecue sauces.
Right.
But I have to say, I did put a little bit on my finger, but you can't really judge, even if you like a barbecue sauce that you taste straight out the bottle, you can't judge a barbecue sauce that way because its whole composition changes when it's heated up. Totally different.
You put
You
that
have
on
a totally different taste profile once you put it on some meat and it's on the grill and it starts heating up and bubbling and getting all sticky and icky.
It's usually better if you don't do that,
yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah. But I've had some though. I've had some that I used that was good straight out the bottle, and I was like, nah, you can have this. I'll use this as a dipping sauce or something. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Yep.
let me ask you a question. I plan on my next video that I put out. It's going to be ribs, and I'm thinking about Uncle Steve. What rubs would you recommend?
Dude, I don't know. I've only used 2 of them. That's what I just got done saying. I was just saying I used 2 of them in unison with each other on that beef shank, and I was like, you know what? Because when I leave to come out here, I put all my stuff up so it doesn't disappear on me when I come back home.
Right.
So those rubs have been in a different place because I didn't want to take them out of the packaging, because when I did use them, I wanted to actually open it up out of the box,
right?
You know, and pick them out like that on camera. So, and they wouldn't fit without knocking a bunch of stuff over. So I had to put them where in this little slender corner cabinet that I've got. And that's where I keep all my cutting boards and stuff.
Right.
So I kept forgetting that I had it. And so I went in there to grab, because I use different cutting boards for different things. Like I'm not going to use a wood cutting board to, you know, take the skin off some fish or something like that. I'm going to use like a glass or, you know, something like that, or something that's not porous, that's going to, you know, hold that stuff in. And so, but I was like, you know what? I put a reminder for when I got home to pull that stuff out, so it would be on the counter the whole time I was home, so I wouldn't forget to use it. There were several times I was like, all right, I'm gonna use Uncle Steve's shake for this cook, or I'm gonna use it for that cook. But then when I got to doing the cook, I'd already put together a rub or something, you know. It is what it is. I'm on top of it now.
Uncle Steve, if you're still in here, how about your suggestion? Everybody's
saying smoke bomb and gator shake.
Yeah,
I've seen that several times.
Does Uncle Steve have like a no salt rub that you can get with absolutely no salt?
Did you get the competition rubs also, Mike?
I got everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I got everything.
So did I.
The reason I'm asking, that's something really good to have, you know, out of your bass mini seasonings and rubs, is have one of those salt. I've got one, right here, 2 of them. This is available. Not trying to sell them, but this is Rocky's rub, no salt. That is what is that? Not just for beef, no salt. And S&S Grills, that's where you buy them at. But I like that in a way because you can control the amount of salt you want. You can do a salt brine. Let's say if you're going to do a brisket, you could salt that the night before, or any beef, a real thick cut of meat. You could do a salt brine for a couple of days and get the amount of salt you want. Then put that seasoning on there right there, you know, right before it hits the grill, or, you know, let it sweat in. That's just a good option to have if you don't have one on your website. Come out with a no salt, you know. I
agree. I use have you ever bought any of the Kinder's rubs?
Who?
Kinder. Called Kinder. They have their rubs. All their rubs they have, they also have the same rubs in no salt.
Right.
And I bought them on accident, and with no salt. I didn't realize that it was 2 different options from Sam's, and I had a lemon pepper. I had a Nashville hot chicken rub from them, and something else. And I made wings 3 different ways. And when they came off the pit, I had to add I've got some of that Florida sale.
Yeah.
So I had to add salt to them because like we started eating. It's like, okay, this doesn't have any seasoning on it.
Yeah, well, like I said, it would only be used on some applications, but like a lot of people like to brine their turkey with salt
Yeah.
and sugar and things like that. Well, it would be nice to have just a rub if you're getting ready to smoke a turkey,
Right.
or something that's already been brining for 24 hours. Your salt's already in there through and through. All you're looking for is something on that skin,
Right.
That's just one example of many, but it's a good option if he doesn't have one. He might already. I don't know.
I don't know. I
don't see
can't
him
recall.
in the chat. He might not be in here no more, but
I can't recall. I can't recall seeing no salt or a low sodium.
Yeah. And then again, you run across people that have to watch their salt intake. They might want to put a salt substitute and then use that rub. There's a lot of reasons to have that available,
Yeah. Cosmos is decent to me.
He's got a lot of no salt, healthy type rubs he's making now. Also,
I'm mainly, when I deal with, if I buy anything Cosmos, it's normally what comes in the little packages, not in the bottles. I like the wing dusts and stuff like that, because that stuff's good on like popcorn. That stuff's good on what else have I used it on? I've used it on several different things, man. Don't get me wrong, I have some Cosmos bottles, and I've actually used them in some of my videos in unison with something else. I don't never use it by itself because it can tend to be a little bit salty. Meat Church as well. Meat Church can be a little salty.
Church, I've only had, I've had it a couple times, but when Ricer was down here, we did those ribs on that offset video I did, how to maintain a fire on offset or whatever it was called. And Derek seasoned the ribs up with that, you just said it, the one out of Texas. What is it? Where's that comment?
Meat Church.
Oh, Meat Church. Yeah, man, that stuff was salty.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, you got to be careful, because I think Meat Church is a little bit saltier than Cosmos stuff is. But Cosmos, but to be fair, Cosmos always ran the competition circuit, and which I guess that doesn't really mean anything, but he always did them state competitions and stuff. I think he's got several world champion state stuff. So I mean,
what was it, 2014 or something like that?
I couldn't tell you, dude. I can't tell you what happened yesterday, much less tell you the dates of something that I didn't personally win. Hell, I can't tell you who my third grade teacher was or fourth grade teacher was. I'd much less tell you any of that stuff. But yeah,
mine was a nun.
I had multiple teachers in the fourth grade, but the one I remember, she was French and good looking. Her last name was Martis, like Mardi Gras. It was Martis, and it meant Tuesday. And
I remember Fifi.
She taught us fourth grade French.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I still remember a little bit of it. Oui, senor.
Chupacabra is way too salty. And here's the thing. With the salty rubs, if it's something salty but I like the flavor, I will still buy it, but I will use it in unison with another rub that I feel will pair good with it. I just actually, because back home, and I don't know, Russ, it may not be like, we're not very far away. We're only 30, 45 minutes away from each other. But I can't find but maybe at the most 3 of the Two Brothers Chupacabra rubs. Now, I was in the little bullshit grocery store here in Jao, New Mexico, which it's a freaking joke, and overpriced at that. but you might as well call it a Dollar General that sells meat. But I don't buy any meat from this place. But they have an end cap that has every single one of the chupacabra rubs, and I bought every single one of them last week. Somebody told me that their fajita rub was really, really good, and I thought I had got it, but I ended up getting 2 of their wing rubs. So I took one of them back and got the chupacabra the other day. It's right here.
You know, you would think me doing a barbecue channel that I would go to places and look to see what kind of rubs they have. I never do that. I just never run out, man. You know? Yeah. I've only had chupacabra one time, and I don't remember which flavor it was. Probably the only one they had back then. And Surfing Sapo used to do YouTube videos, and he lives out in Corpus, Texas. Corpus Christi, Texas, and he sent me some big bottle of it, and we loved it, man. It was good on chicken and everything, you know, and I think I did a video or 2 with it, but I've never seen it for sale. But there again, I don't go out looking either, you know.
Yeah,
I'll go to Academy sometime. They have a huge sauce and rubs. I never even look at it. I'll go in there to either get some lump charcoal or B&B char logs or whatever, you know. If I'm needing some kiln dried wood, I'll get that. You know, if I need a good hot burning wood, you know, I'll get that.
Bravo 90, go Saints. Who that? Who that?
Who let the dogs out?
Yeah, I'll have my I'm now it's football season. I get to break my jerseys and stuff back out, man. So I'm gonna be doing that myself. I throw my jersey on for a couple of Sunday football cooks.
I don't even want to talk about my team.
Dano's no salt. You know,
Dano's. I've heard of Dano's.
I had some Dano's one. I've never personally owned any Dano's. But I've had some Danos on. I've had some Danos on some eggs. It was like an egg burrito type thing. It was, you know, a buddy of mine had it.
Yeah,
and it was pretty good. I can't lie. It was pretty good. But I've never. God, dog! I'm about to throw this phone.
That's that ghost.
I don't want to put it on. I don't want to put it on silent because. Yep. Jesus Christ.
It's kind of like those ribs that Derek did that I said, my God, these things are salty. And he was seasoning it to color and all that. So if you applied your own salt and then you could put that rub on there as heavy as you want to and not really it won't be over salty. And it's hard to over season something any other way. Salt is your seasoning. Everything else is flavor, you know.
Yeah. Simon, go get you some rest, buddy. Get that pillow some good head.
He's probably out of here by now. He said that probably about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, Lee, I'm way behind, man.
I'm staying right with it, man.
I'm trying to at least try to spend a little bit of time on some good questions, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. Killer Hog's original barbecue rub is low salt. Killer Hogs, man, you can pretty much go to any grocery store where we live, and Killer Hogs is everywhere.
Here too. They've been here for years.
I've only bought. I think I bought his beef rub. He's got like a beef rub.
I like his rubs.
And his like all-purpose, his AP.
I've had his the barbecue rub. I know I've had his SPG, whatever it's called, and I also like that Swine Life, Mississippi Grit and Mississippi Grind.
Oh yeah, Mark.
Yeah, both of those are really good rubs, I think, for my taste.
Yeah, that's the reason. Rick calling you out. That's the reason why you don't have to go and look at no new rubs or see what anybody's got, because all you got to do is walk to the end of the road to your mailbox and you got a new rub there.
That's what I just said. I never run out. I'll admit it. If you only knew how many people I turned down, though. But like this box that came in here, that sauce that I'm using in tomorrow's video, I didn't even know that was coming. Really? I did not even know. He's a friend of Mike Nagby with Everyday Barbecue, and Mike knows my address because we've had some deals in the past where I've actually helped him out with El Yucateco videos and things, and he's got all my contact, and he had him send me a box with barbecue sauce, rub. They just come out of the blue. I'm like, well, dang. So I feel obligated to, I've already used this rub in one video. I used that sauce in yesterday's video. It's actually a pretty good sauce. Here's another one just like it. Well, never mind. It's buried over here, but it's called, heck, what's the name of that darn sauce? Man, I can't remember nothing tonight. Brain dead.
Malcolm was, basically he was my first
saucy bottom barbecue sauce and rubs.
He was my first OG barbecuer that I watched, and my first rubs and sauces that I bought.
Yeah, I still buy his sauce. I mean, his rubs every now and then. I've had the sauce too. I might even my sauces, man. The reason I don't take no more of what I'm going to use a lot of times, even though a lot of people try to send me this stuff, is because I never get around to it, or it's a long time, and next thing you know, they're all caked together. They done got old. They've been up there a year, and I'll throw them out. There ain't no telling how many rubs and sauces. I've got sauces over here I know it's 2 years old.
Have y'all ever had any of the Big Cock Ranch seasonings?
No.
They have like
I never even heard of them.
Like their beef rub is called bullshit. Their chicken rub is called chicken shit. They've got
I love names like that.
Yeah, they've got so Jesus Christ, stop. Fuck.
Next thing you know, you'll see the phone go flying
across
the
room.
I
turned my ringer off. I'm not supposed to do that because I'm on call, but so they've got good shit, chicken shit, bullshit, all shit, and special shit.
I got to reload. I got a bug crawling on my desk.
But it's so yeah, you can get the 5-pack of seasonings for $47.36. I mean, they sell like
that's cheap.
I've had the bullshit and I've had the chicken shit, but I hadn't had any of the other ones. I mean, they've been around for a while though.
They come out with another one. F this shit.
I bought this gun over there to Derek's place when I shot that video yesterday, and bought it because, man, he's got house flies outside where we shoot terribly bad.
Me too.
So I brought the assault rifle with me.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Plus I brought this.
Sam the cooking guy, he also has one of them.
And man, between this two right here, we had a blast. I actually got there the day before yesterday because I had to be on a live feed.
Oh, really?
Thursday night, and not on YouTube. It was a different thing, and I did it over there at his place. That way, I'd be there the following morning to shoot the video.
Yeah.
So I drug these things over there with me, and I think he's getting ready to buy him one of these bug assault guns. There's my ammo, but what I was going to say is I forgot to bring my salt. And it had quite a bit in it. That's where you fill it up at.
Yeah. We got a few.
Boy.
Yeah, we got a few of them. We got a few of them out here.
He was sitting there. Next thing you know, this thing was out of salt. I said, "Dadgum!" I said, "You got any table salt?" He goes, "I don't use table salt. All I got is kosher." I was scared to put it in there, but we put that kosher salt in there because it's real coarse, and it worked fine. But you had to get it closer to him. It didn't have the range. But let me tell you, when you hit him.
Yeah,
he was history.
I tell you what, Rick. Hardcore Carnivore. I used to love their rubs, man. And I don't know if the formula changed once she got into Walmart and stuff or what, but it's not the same anymore to me. Or maybe maybe it's something else. And this is well before I got COVID, or I shouldn't say that. Way before I got the C word.
Where'd you go, you little bastard?
But I used to love the hardcore carnivore stuff. Now I'm just like, I mean, if I got it, I'll use it, which I do have some, but I'll use it if, for whatever reason. But I'm not. I can take it or leave it. But different strokes for different folks.
That's the one.
They
That's
don't
the
give a
one
shit.
I like.
I fed the guys at Dow from the local Boilermakers 433 Tuesday and brisket pork butt SPG only. They're turned into Texas barbecue now. Okay, then. That's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, hey, look, I love Texas barbecue, but
way to go, Randy.
I'm kind of middle of the road, man. That's why I will do different stuff. Like I was talking about earlier, like if I like doing different things to different stuff, like a steak. I mean, normally I'm salt, pepper, garlic, SPG, with a little bit of MSG. And that's just how I like. And I also like using fresh herbs and stuff, butter basting a steak when I'm searing it. But at the same time, sometimes it just gets old, man, and I don't like to wear it out like that. So sometimes I like to just throw some different stuff on there. Same thing with my barbecue, man. Like I've done, I mean, for the longest time, I used to love just salt, pepper, garlic,
Got his ass.
salt, pepper, garlic on like my brisket or short ribs or whatever else. But I also like doing other things. And the same thing with like barbecue sauce and stuff, or basting sauces and this and that. I'm really middle of the road, man. I like if I have a thick barbecue sauce or something, man, I'll thin it out and put some more vinegar, whether it be white distilled vinegar or apple cider vinegar. It just all depends. But I'll thin it out so I can use it as more of a like. I don't like my ribs where I've just got so much barbecue sauce. Well, don't get me wrong. I like messy barbecue. To me, if you don't have it everywhere, it shouldn't be rated as good. You know what I mean? Barbecue is messy. It's not but at the same time, I don't always want it like that. Sometimes I just want a good, mopping sauce. You're going to get a lot of good flavor just from a good mopping sauce.
Right.
But
sometimes I don't want it at all, man. I'm so burnt out on barbecue. I ate that sandwich yesterday. That's one of my favorite things is a barbecue beef sandwich. But I enjoyed that because it's been a while since I made any. But God, I'm just so burnt out on brisket and ribs, and it's really I could go 2 years without doing any of that again, but I can't because that's my channel kind of revolves around barbecue,
Right.
Yeah.
Mike,
Yo.
buddy, do we ever complete what the title about this video is?
Complete it.
Yeah. We started talking about it, but
yeah, well, I mean, I think we answered, and we answered all the questions that came the way. I mean, I said my 2-piece.
Yeah.
Russ said his 2-piece about it.
I said mine.
About what?
About the title of the video of the live stream. I should say.
Hey, Joe, what's happening, buddy?
Oh.
I mean, we pretty much got it out the way. I mean, not unless you got something to add.
What's a good stick burner beginner?
A good stick burner?
Yeah.
A good one.
I mean, that's something.
Listen, if you're going to get a stick burner, you better get something with at least 3/16 steel and hopefully a 1/4-inch firebox minimum. I'm talking about minimum. Otherwise, you're wasting your money.
Yeah,
don't go for this box store little cheap fireboxes. That's a waste of money. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah. If I had it all over, if I had it all to do over again, and did more research to see what was out there, I would have just saved up for, you know, a little bit more and got like an Old Country or something, you know, because that's pretty much your bottom of the barrel. There's probably other ones out there I don't know about, so I'm not going to say that they're the only ones.
We're not even talking brands here either. You know what my brand is, but everybody's got a brand they like, but it ain't got nothing to do with it. It's got to do with some heft. My pit is it's only a 24-inch firebox, 36 inches chamber. That thing weighs in over 900 pounds. That's the kind of heft I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, sooner or later, well, I'm 65, so it's got to be sooner.
Dang, you old.
But, you know, I've been cooking on pellet smokers for quite a few years.
How long?
Quite a few.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said 22 years. I was going to say,
no.
I'm gonna say this. So, you know, like I said, I mean, I'm
still here.
An extremely cheap offset out of a box store, which is Lowe's.
Right.
You know.
Right. Shame on you.
It's well, to be honest, and it really makes no difference. It's not the one that I wanted, but it's the one that my family bought for me for Father's Day.
Right.
Because the one I wanted wasn't available, but it was still. I probably got off better getting what I have. But I will say this. I mean, I've kept a cover over it.
Right.
There was probably a good year and a half that it didn't have a cover over it, and it was out in the elements. It's still holding out. It's not still holding up. It's not rusting out. There's a little, you know, rust in the, you know, on top of the firebox, but that's to be expected. I just try to keep it, you know, old when I can. It's been neglected a good bit, but I'm telling you something. You know, where I used to have it is not where I have it now. And the way the wind would blow through, man, the wind came through one day. It wasn't raining or nothing like that. Wind came through one time while I was home, and we just heard this big crash outside, broad daylight.
Wow.
I go out there, and it's laid over, and it got a big dent on the cooking chamber, on the door of the cooking chamber, so it wouldn't. I had to take my rubber mallet and hit it, my clown hammer, I call it, and hit it, heat it up real good, and hit it, and try to knock it out as best I can. Well, I did the best I could. It's still, I mean, it leaks smoke or whatever. It's got pretty big temperature swings, and you're going to deal with that with something that, you know, doesn't, you know, hold heat as well as something that would be a little bit thicker. But that's why I named Old Country as far as a beginner. I mean, just go ahead and, I mean, I think you can go to Academy and get the Old Country Pecos for under $1,000.
We don't have Academy up here.
Yeah, those are fine. Those are just fine. But I learn from experience. So I'm not just talking to be talking. If you go back, and I mean all the way back to the first my channel, you'll see where I had this little offset that was made by Kingsford.
Wow, Joe. Wow.
And this firebox was literally made out of sheet metal. And I burnt wood. I burnt wood, all kind of wood. And I never could get that thing up to temp.
Really?
All the heat was going through the sheet metal, and the door on the side, it just bowed. It bowed like a banana.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm like, you piece of shit. And I brought that pit with me. This is when Derek lived north of me up here in the woods. And I brought it to his place, and I left it there. I said, you can have this piece of shit. And he used a chamber as a grill. Never used that offset. I used it one time, and I swore off on offsets only because I didn't know what a really good offset was supposed to be. Right. I didn't know. Never had one. And that's the reason I'm telling for anybody that doesn't have one, don't waste your money on these little $200 and $300 and $400 offsets. They're a piece of junk. You know.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Your best bet is Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace, if you don't want to pay full price for something, and just, you know, do an alert on your search. That way, I mean, you may not find something close by, in the price range you're trying to spend, but if you put you an alert on there, you can be alerted when somebody does, have a keyword of something that you're trying to find.
Yeah.
But let's see. Smoking Joe said he bought an Oklahoma Joe, used it once, and sold it the very next day. Garbage.
My biggest thing is the thickness of the steel. If you're on a budget, there's just something you can't do, and that's that sheet metal firebox. You better have at least a 1/4 of an inch firebox.
Right.
Minimum.
Yep. Well, everybody, I'm about to take it in.
Okay.
So I appreciate y'all coming in. I'm beat, man. I feel my eyeballs getting heavy.
Yeah, you got all blurry looking, man, over here.
Yeah.
That's just your computer. You got it overloaded with Granny's.
No.
Granny's
I look fine, and so does Step. You're just all fading away there, brother.
Yeah, well, I guess my internet's just as tired as I am. I wasn't going to be this long.
Messing with your
what are you saying? My eyes are bloodshot.
I know mine are. Look,
my eyes are bloodshot from all the alcohol.
Later, Rick. That's what she said. I'm about to take it in. I appreciate you stopping through, Joe.
I guess I'll get back to editing now.
See you later, Lance.
I need to do some editing bad, man. Randy Shifter, aka Brad, as Joe calls you. Oh no, I've heard that. I've heard several people have told me this, Randy Shifter. But hey, who am I? I can't. I ain't nobody to tell you how to live your life. I'm playing.
How many videos you got in the file you got to edit, Mike?
2.
2. Well, that's not that bad.
No, I put one out, and that was that collab video, and I got
right.
I got one. I wasn't going to put out anyways. I was going to.
Is that the one you did with Alton and the other guy?
Yeah, and I've got a.
Believe me, buddy, they look damn good.
I've got a grilled chicken noodle soup.
Ooh, you talking to old man's heart now.
Yeah, I kind of want to wait to put it out. I mean, I had to make it because I made it for my wife. She was sick for a couple of days while I was home. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna film it. If anything, it's something. It can be a filler video or something, And it's something easy I can edit. It's not nothing hard.
Ain't nothing like a homemade chicken salad.
Yeah.
Or chicken noodle
Not
soup.
Chicken salad, chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, chicken. Yeah, well.
Good. But yeah,
like
y'all. Let's see, where am I here? Bam. Okay. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all chat. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. If you ain't subbed to the channel, don't forget to sub to the channel. If you're not subbed to Smoky Ribs BBQ or Niners Barbecue, make sure y'all go over to their channels. I promise you, Russ will not shoot you with the bug assault. But I appreciate everybody for stopping through, man. I am officially about 2.5. Let's see, I'm almost 2.5 hours now, so I'm almost an hour more than what I said I was going to do in the first place. So you got more out of me than what I thought I was going to have to give. So
and we didn't do after hours.
No, well, I changed the background, but I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me. We're gonna keep it clean on this one. We're just gonna leave the ghost in the background, and hey, maybe Maybe the ghost will mess with me in my sleep. It'll be all good.
Right.
I don't think
Russ,
so. Though.
Russ, you take it easy, buddy. Mike,
You too,
get
Chuck.
some sleep, and I'll see you later.
Now what am I going to do?
After hours, Russ. After hours.
Yeah, go on, start a live, bro.
No. That's all right.
All right, Russ. I'm gonna get with you when I get in town, brother.
I'm gonna do a live one of these days, but it's gonna be over there at Derek's on that back area where we shoot at, and have him in there too. But
yeah, get you and him fired up, and then
it's gonna start getting cooler. Them flies are gonna get the hell on somewhere, man.
Yeah, they're getting better.
They've been bad this year. They've been bad this year.
Love bugs are showing up now, so cool weather is right here on us, man.
Yeah. Yep. All right, everybody. Good night. Love you like the claps. And don't forget, man, burn rubber, not your meat. Get out there and cook something.
Reppin' Alabama like hustle rep 6Ds. And this mud off in my cup is thicker than 6 feet. For that dough, I go nuts. I'm leaving them crispy. Diamonds presidential cut. They dancing like Chris Bree. I'm on my own. I ain't scared to be alone.